Lagos. I am Olamide Onga. Many thanks for joining us. The Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission says the National Assembly Service Commission should be held responsible for the running cost of the 13.5 million naira paid to each senator on a monthly basis. RMFFC spokesman Ibrahim Mohammed, who disclosed this, said the approved remuneration of senator for a month is 1.1 million naira, adding that anything outside the payment is against the law. Senator Shehu Sani, a senator representing Kaduna Central constituency, had in a recent interview confirmed the report that each senator gets a pay of about 40 million naira per quarter. Sani had explained that each senator receives 13.5 million a month for running costs apart from their salary and allowances. Now, the members of the House of Representatives has denied allegation that they received $30,000 bribe to back down from overriding President Muhammadu Buhari's veto on the Electoral Amendment Bill 2018. The members described the allegation as pure falsehood, intended to intimidate lawmakers to abandon their insistence of changing the sequence of elections ahead of the 2019 polls. The Speaker, Yakubu Dogara, referred the issue to the Committee on Ethics, Privileges for investigation after a member raised it as a matter of privilege. The member, Abubakar Damburam, said the bribery allegation dented his image as a legislator, especially when it is not true. The Senate has directed two of its committees to wade into allegations of police harassment on Senator Dino Melaye. The Senate confirmed this development during Wednesday's plenary session. Details in this report.
The Senate has directed two of its standing committees on judiciary, human rights, and police to investigate the alleged continued harassment of Senator Dino Melaye by Kogi State Governor Yahaya Bello. This directive was given on the point of order moved by Senator Issa Misau over plans by the police to arraign Senator Dino Melaye before a court in Lokoja.
Let this issue be treated in Abuja, whereby Senator Dino Melaye will report himself in Abuja, where everybody will see what is happening, so that even the international community, they are so much concerned now, they can see what is happening. Because if we decide to be taking this thing, so that because tomorrow we don't know the next person. Today the police will just take a charge to court. I've never seen where a police will take somebody to court in the criminal matter without taking his statement.
On his part, Senator Dino Melaye told the Senate that he has not received any court summon for his arraignment. Some senators said urgent measures should be taken to protect him.
One of those declared wanted by the police in my assassination attempt is the one saying that on Airport Road in December, I gave him AK-47, 3 AK-47 and 430,000 inside my car on Airport Road. But Mr. President, as I speak to you, they fail in their myopic ignorance to state a date and time. I cannot understand how an arraignment can be done. A criminal confession, no date, no time.
We are made to understand that there is an impending arraignment of Senator Dino if he refuses to appear. And I believe the resolution of the prayer of the Senate should, some specification should be there, that the arraignment should be stopped forthwith pending the conclusion of the investigation by the Senate.
The only reason why we are stepping into it is the fact that the truth has already been established, that yes, indeed, there was an attempted assassination. Yes, the people were arrested. Yes, the people were charged to court. Where then are we seeing this? Because we must describe it as a phantom arrangement to put away a senator in order to stop him from speaking.
What we see is a deviation from the proper process of accusation and arraignment. And I think it is time for us to tell the police that the time is right for them to now look at the processes and do the needful.
What affects anyone, any senator here, affects all and impinges on the institution generally. There is no doubt, listening to Senator Dino Melaye and following these matters, that these issues have not followed due processes. And there are many cases like this. And I think it is not something that we should take lightly at all. Today it could be Senator Dino Milai, tomorrow it could be somebody else. In the process of speaking whatever you believe in, whether rightly or wrongly, we must have that tolerance to allow divergence of views. So this committee should look into this thing seriously and report back. And I'm sure that the entire Senate will see the cooperation to stand for what is right.
You will recall that the police spokesman, Jimo Moshood, had said Senator Dino Milai will be declared wanted if he fails to appear before the courts in Lokoja. The committees are expected to report back to the Senate in 48 hours.
In the same vein, the Senate has given the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, 48 hours to produce the 2 suspects earlier paraded for illegal possession of firearms allegedly supplied by Senator Dino Milai. This follows a point of order moved by Senator Dino Milai, who cited Order 43, drawing the attention of the Senate to news regarding a jailbreak where the 2 suspects he was accused of arming escaped. Milai alleged that the accused persons must have been released or killed. He however vowed to sue the Inspector General of Police for intimidation, abuse of power, and mental assault if these suspects are not produced dead or alive.
This morning, Mr. President, there is a reported case in Lokoja that there was jailbreak at 5 a.m. this morning and the 2 suspects have escaped. Mr. President, we were all supposed to appear before the Lokoja High Court this morning. Lo and behold, my lawyers were in court at 9 a.m. and the case was called up, and the prosecutor of the Nigerian police could not produce the 2 accused persons. Instead of producing the 2 accused persons, they asked the judge to issue a bench warrant for my arrest. But the judge refused to grant their prayers. And the judge said, despite the fact that I have not been served, I sent representation to the court. And the main principal accused persons are absent in court. So she cannot grant them bench warrant for my arrest. To cut a long story short, the matter has been adjourned to May the 10th. Mr. The opportunity and in the principle of justice to call on the Inspector General of Police that within 48 hours he must produce these 2 accused persons. Because despite the fact that they are accused, they are presumed innocent until proven guilty. They also have right to life. So the police must, as a matter of urgency, produce these 2 accused persons. Failure to do so, I am going to sue the IG for intimidation, for harassment, for blackmail, for mental assault.
In view of the seized suspects that escaped from Kogi police custody early yesterday, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has ordered the immediate removal of the Kogi State Commissioner of Police, Ali Janga, for the escape of the seized suspect from police custody. The IG also redeployed the commander, Federal Special Anti-Robbery Squad in the state, the Divisional Police Officer, A Division, Lokoja, and other police officers implicated in the escape for negligence, dereliction of duty, and gross misconduct. The IG, in a statement by the police spokesman, Jimo Moshood, explained that the policemen are also facing serious disciplinary actions for their negligence. Away from that, now the attacks on Zamfara communities by armed bandits are reoccurred on Wednesday, leading to the death of at least 3 persons. The police confirmed the killing at Bawandaji village in Anka local government area of the state. The state police spokesperson, Mohammed, who disclosed this, said the gunmen who came in large numbers attacked the village, shooting sporadically, which led to the death of 3 persons. Mohammed said the villagers who were taken unawares were quick to alert a nearby mobile police patrol team, which came and engaged the bandits in a gun battle. The spokesperson said the police officers overpowered the bandits and many of them escaped with gunshot wounds. And the Federal High Court in Lagos has ordered the Association Aviation Nigeria Limited to pay the sum of 246 million naira as compensation for the death of a former Commissioner for Culture and Tourism in Ondo State, Deji Falaye. Falaye was among the people who lost their lives on October 3, 2013, when an Associated Aviation aircraft conveyed the remains of a former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Agagun, from Lagos to Ondo for burial, crashed at the Lagos airport. The aircraft reportedly crashed outside the aerodrome at about 9:32 a.m., just a minute after it took off. The widow of the late commissioner, Ese, and 3 children had sued Associated Airline, asking the court to hold that the airline's negligence is responsible for Falaye's death. The Federal High Court in Kaduna has struck out a suit filed by the former chairman of Pension Reform Tax Team, Abdul Rashid Maina, against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC. Maina had on November 14, 2017, sued the anti-graft agency for what it described as an ineligibility of commission to carry out its function of the grounds that the 2004 Act is an illegality. In the petition filed through his lawyer, Muhammad Katu, Maina urged the court to declare as null and void the EFCC Act of 2004 on the premise that the Act was modified by the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, without passing the normal legislative process as enshrined in the 1999 Constitution. Maina also asked the court to restrain EFCC or any other security agency from arresting him over allegations of corruption. The founder of the Oodua People's Congress, Frederick Fashion, has condemned the federal government over amnesty offered to Boko Haram terrorists. Fashion, who disclosed this in a statement, said the amnesty offer is an evidence that the federal government's claim that Boko Haram has been defeated was a mere propaganda. He said offering amnesty to a world-acclaimed terrorist organization is the most unequivocal testimonial that the government has been deceiving Nigerians. According to Fashion, President Muhammadu Buhari's recent offer of amnesty to Boko Haram is an insult to the dead, maimed and internally displaced victims of the anti-Western education terrorists, as well as soldiers who lost their lives in the fight against terrorism. And the Federal Road Safety Corps, FRSC, says it has mobilized all its field and sector commands for the nationwide 2018 Easter Special Patrol Operations. The Corps Public Education Officer, BC Kazim, who disclosed this, said the exercise is scheduled to run from March 28 to April 3rd, with focus on 39 corridors across the country. Kazim said the special operation is aimed at reducing road traffic accidents and attendant deaths, amongst other objectives. He said the public holiday expected to be declared by the federal government will definitely cause an increase in vehicular movement across the nation's highway. You're watching Superscreen News at 10. We'll take a break now. When we return, we'll take some business stories. Stay with us. Welcome back, and now for some business stories. No fewer than 50 policemen reportedly stormed the Deputy Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, Mohammed, and supported by the OC SARS. According to the statement, the mission of the police is to invite Ogunlano. Ogunlano said the force wants to stop the fixed protest against the tax regime of the Ambode-led government of Lagos State. The police invasion came few hours after Ogunlano addressed a press conference stating the resolve of the NBA to return to the streets today in continuation of its protest against the new Lagos State Land Use Charge 2018. Aisha Ahmad and Edward Adamu have formally assumed duty as deputy governors of the Central Bank of Nigeria following the confirmation of their appointments last week by the Senate. Adeola Festus, Robert Asogwa, and Aliyu Sanusi were also at the head office of the CBN to formally commence their tenure as members of the Monetary Policy Committee. CBN Governor Godwin Emefiele, proud to their subscription to the relevant oath of office, congratulated them on their respective appointments by the President and subsequent confirmation by the Senate. Emefiele charged the deputy governors and the MPC members to bring their experience to bear in the discharge of their new responsibilities, maintaining that much is expected of them. The Federation Accounts Allocation Committee (FAC) meeting has ended in a deadlock over the discrepancies observed in the revenue figures presented by the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation (NNPC). The meeting was convened to share the statutory allocations amongst the 3 tiers of government for the month of February. The committee said it could not approve the allocations to the 3 tiers of government owing to describing the revenue figures presented by the NNPC as a bad omen to workers who may have to go without salaries for the month. Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris, confirmed the development to reporters shortly after the FAC meeting in Abuja, as well as the chairman, Forum Commissioners Mahmoud Yunusa, who also spoke on discrepancies.
You are aware that anything to do with the Federation revenue is statutory and therefore constitutional, and we must always verify our figures to the last kobo, failing which we will be committing an illegality and unconstitutionality. And it is on that note